63-46, an outstanding third quarter. Coach Kirby, that third quarter was really good. A 21-2 advantage at one point for your team there in the second quarter.
In the second, the second quarter, what an effort. I mean, and it was everybody. It wasn't just a couple of players trying to take a couple of their good players out of the game, but Peyton Padgett is covering number 15 for them, who went 8 of 17 from three against
27
Tech.
on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, she just been shooting it unconscious and deep, and Peyton, she got 0 field goal attempts, not makes,
right?
Attempts in the first half. I mean, that's just huge plays, just effort stuff. And I mean, Peyton she's a good defender, but I mean, she takes that kind of stuff as a challenge and just does a good job with it. Fallon Miller.
You said this was a big stretch for your team, and really took care of things here at home, and now 3 straight, and your team's playing well right now.
Yeah, I've challenged Fallon Miller a bunch of times in the 4 years that she's been here, and her effort the last 3 games has been what this team needs. I mean, I really think that we're sitting here waiting for somebody to do it, and we got some people that are starting to realize they have to do it. There's nobody else there to do it. I mean, they've got to do it, and it's a little bit of everything, but just effort stuff and hard work stuff, that pays off. And, I mean, she just played her guts out again. I mean, that's 3 games in a row that I guarantee you she sleeps well at night because she's spilling her guts. But those two covering their guards, they just did a great job. Sydney Layrock didn't shoot it very well today, but her threat, she hit a huge 3 there. She got in foul trouble, which affected her game a little bit, but she's become a steady player out there on the floor that I think the other players are starting to get confidence when she's out there just making things work easier. It was just a good team effort today. I thought defensively we were locked in again 2 games in a row. That's 2 of the toughest teams that anybody has to guard, just with all the screening that they do, and they aren't just screening away and going and catching. They're curling and back picking and backdooring, and they may hit you with 3 screens before they ever look to catch. I mean, they're just a tough team to cover, and I mean, I can't imagine covering any better than we did. So I'm very pleased with our effort.
And you talk about turnovers. Obviously, every coach talks about turnovers. We talk about it a lot. 6 turnovers in the first half, 6 there in the second half, 12 turnovers for the game. But at one point late there in the second half, you only had 2 turnovers the entire second half.
That's huge. I mean, that's been killing us. I mean, we've played 7 or 8 games where if you just have 12 turnovers, which I still think that's too many.
Yeah.
But you have 12 turnovers, you're getting wins with everything else that we're doing, because we're out rebounding people, we're shooting a good percentage from the field and things like that. But you turn it over, those are lost possessions, and the other team's getting an extra possession. So when you can keep those down, it gives you a chance every night, especially when you're playing hard.
And points in the paint, the advantage there. Obviously, that's a big part of this game today. 30-12, the advantage for your club, points in the paint.
Yeah, huge. I mean, Kelly battled in there. She wasn't always making the shot, but
12 of 14 at the free throw line.
She got to the free throw line, knocked them down. We got some freshmen that are really battling right now, and this is the time to start doing it. You start getting confidence now. You never know what that does for you down the stretch. And, I mean, people are you start working on fumes here in a couple of games. Everybody does, just trying to finish your season. And if a core group can start playing on a high energy level with confidence, good things can happen. So just very pleased with our team.
Carissa Caples, talk about her coach. 12 points today, but in 30 minutes of action, only 1 turnover and 3 assists today.
She hasn't been one of those players that's turning it over. I mean, that's good. Those are good numbers for a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the other end of the floor that which we're tough on everybody on that end. I mean, we've had games where we haven't done the things that we needed to do, and I mean, that's been the focus for her. And I keep telling her that if that end gets good, the other end's easy. And we tell all of our players that if you can get stops, then the other team has to cover you in transition. That's really easier on the point guard because they get to play in space now. They get to push it down the floor without a defense being set, and it just gives you a little more confidence, a little more space to work. And so the better we get on that end, the easier things are going to work on the offensive end. But, yeah, she played a good, solid game. She made a couple of good basketball plays tonight, and that's what we've been waiting on a few of our players to do, is not to be robots, to be able to take advantage of somebody getting out of position or not getting back on defense or something like that, and making a basketball play. And I think she did that 2 or 3 times tonight that were just huge plays for us.
Now hit the road. Long trip next week to Southwestern on Thursday and to Northwestern on Saturday. That's a tough trip, but your team has taken advantage of being at home and took care of the home floor.
Oh, huge. And then that gives you a chance to go get something on the road, and we've played well out there. I mean, both places, and we've had a bunch of road games to get ready for this one. I mean, it's not like it's our first road trip. We've been on the road a bunch, and so that shouldn't affect us. It's just we're playing 2 pretty good teams out there, so we got to be ready to go.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the victory today. Look forward to seeing you out in Oklahoma on Thursday.
Thanks.